In this video, I'll reveal the hidden weaknesses that women often conceal out of fear that they might appear weak. But by recognizing these flaws, you might obtain a surprising. To gain their favor, let's concentrate on the steadfast. Males who exhibit behavior consistent with their statements tend to attract women. The unwavering man. Quiet people fascinate me, making it easier to deliver messages. Women like deeds over words, so make sure you consistently follow through on your commitments. Support your statements. For instance, if you wish to come across as a high, introduce her to your female values and let your actions speak for you. Friends use social media to exchange pictures with them, allowing for subtle communication. Your second weakness is your social standing and desirability. The self-assured man, the self-confident man. Women find confidence to be quite attractive, and they gravitate towards men who exude confidence. Contrasts with their personal fears to convey assurance. Avoid using filler words with conviction and pay more attention than you speak. This isn't just helps her feel heard, while simultaneously introducing a sense of mystery that makes her want to increased engagement, indicates that you are not a victim, so do not hesitate to decline. The man of ambition. This increases her respect and interest in you. She stays until the very end of the video. Since it's the final, I'll give you a flaw that you may use to your advantage to get her to approach you with little effort. The unidentified bad boy. Ambitious males strongly captivate three women. Ambitious individuals are those who refuse to accept mediocrity. An ambitious man, regardless of taking up a new project or launching a business, demonstrates initiative and leadership. Extremely attractive traits. Weakness 4. The mysterious bad women undoubtedly find themselves drawn to the mysterious bad boy. Cannot resist these men's emotional ups and downs, which can lead them to fixate on, embody this persona by taking charge of the situation and acting rather selfishly. Connection and remaining unclear about your goals. Even while I don't entirely advise embracing the bad guy lifestyle by combining some of these characteristics, such as keeping the fifth weakness, is that being unpredictable and delaying commitments can make you more interesting and appealing. Ignored women frequently attract attention and enjoy being the center of it. Being disregarded. In the competition, when you disregard her, you stand out and threaten her pride. She questions why she isn't receiving the same level of attention from you as others. Your advantage lies in treating her as you would any other person, maintaining a casual relationship with her, and keep a detached attitude while you're separated, as this will force her to strive for your attention, which can enhance her interest in you by addressing her vulnerability. 6. Her charisma. Charming womanizer. Women who are womanizers often gravitate towards guys who have positive social standing. Pre-election is a phenomenon that women use to capitalize on this environment. Even if there's no romantic attraction, you can still have fun with your female friends. This makes you appear more desirable in her eyes. Thus, it's important to demonstrate that your attractiveness will undoubtedly elevate your status in the eyes of other ladies. According to a Brazilian study, women are particularly sensitive. The man who was well-scent aroma, increasing the likelihood that they may be attracted to males who smell nice to them. Take advantage of this by being mindful of your grooming regimen and wearing a pleasant-smelling garment. Use a mild yet durable shampoo to keep your breath fresh. A well-scented man who wears cologne exhibits traits of care and attention to detail. Women find the masculine frailty extremely attractive. Males who radiate masculinity, often characterized by physical attributes, attract women. The man who is masculine. These men naturally possess power, a deep voice, and emotional independence. Leaders who embody this without seeking approval from others participate in engaging in physical activities, fosters leadership qualities, and keeps you. This mix of independence conveys a sense of stability and strength. Women find certain characteristics in a passionate man particularly attractive. The enthusiastic man. The passionate man enthralls women with his unwavering devotion to his passion, in contrast to the stoic, manly man. His contagious zeal makes him incredibly appealing to harness. Pay attention to her as she dives deeply into a topic or issue that interests you and discusses it with sincere enthusiasm. When you talk passionately about something you care about, pay attention to her reactions and modify your style to keep her interested. About it fosters a deep emotional bond and admiration. Weakness 10. The women who possess emotional intelligence are inherently emotional. The man with emotional intelligence. Emotionally intelligent males have an advantage over those who are not emotionally savvy. They are able to establish a deeper, more genuine connection with women. This quality involves paying close attention, observing her body language, and providing assistance. We are creating amazing memories with each other without constantly trying to correct issues. It also makes you more dependable for her emotional support, which deepens your relationship with her. Assist you in becoming extremely gorgeous with little work, and become a part of our group of men who comprehend, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel to take advantage of female psychology, the qualities that make a man appealing. Once you've reached this point, you're already part of our community. Please share your comments about this video, leave a comment below, and be sure to see our upcoming video on how to tell whether a lady is interested in you. What makes a man appealing, according to a master of female psychology? You've been informed that what you're doing now isn't how to attract women, but you still want to win her heart, so forget that. We need to change the relationship, so that if you're after her, she wants you, not the other way around. You need to view yourself as a magnet, as she will never truly come to you. That attracts women by nature, and this is the only way to make any lady, regardless of how do you make her fall in love with you. That's precisely what we're going to do. Cover in this video. Greetings from our series on attracting. In this episode, we'll delve deeply into a woman's thoughts to discover what ways to draw women in. She truly believes that one important factor holds the secret to her success in eating. Understanding the concept of attraction and how it operates is crucial. With this understanding, you won't succeed in dating because women make emotions rather than reason frequently motivate their reactions. A situation or a person triggers them so they don't consciously recognize it. Control the people they are drawn to. It's a subconscious reaction to specific actions males take. You can't attract a woman by listing your actions. Instead, you should exemplify the best qualities in a PowerPoint presentation. These traits naturally appear in your personality and behavior, but before we delve into the specifics, let's first establish two things. Important points. Women have little control over who they are attracted to. This attraction operates on a subconscious level that extends beyond under their conscious control. Let's examine the types of guys that women naturally gravitate toward. They find themselves drawn to a man who is beyond their reach. The man they find difficult to have. Imagine yourself casually browsing the store's racks when you spot a sleek modern TV that you hadn't noticed before. You didn't intend to purchase anything, but you inquired about it out of curiosity, and the salesman apologized. This is the last, and your TV suddenly changes. Just a passing interest transforms into the world's coolest gadget when the salesman calls. Discovered another in the warehouse, but it's a little more expensive, so you want it right away. What transpired was that TV became a necessity, since it seemed the attraction of unreachable women to men functions similarly to how the men they cannot just become like those limited edition things that simply must be unavailable, enhances a man's worth and attractiveness, making him that uncommon and limited. When it comes to dating, the ultimate guy is undoubtedly a win-to taker. The man who was taken. It's interesting to note that if a man is married or in a relationship, although it may seem contradictory, attractiveness frequently soars. This is a humorous game in which the prize becomes more tempting the more unachievable it is. When someone else claims a man, his desirability index increases. Everyone is vying for the last piece of pizza, just as everyone else is. The man that other women want. Imagine yourself walking down the path that attracts the attention of other women. The box itself doesn't stand out much when you see people gathered around it on the street, but everyone's focus on it piques your interest, leading you to wonder what makes it so fascinating. Similar to this, a man naturally transforms when he is around women. More appealing to others, it's as if he's been given more attention, making other women are intrigued and begin to wonder what makes this guy so unique. These women are all fascinated, and their curiosity attracts other women to them like a powerful magnet. Essentially, being popular with women increases your popularity with him. For women, the unpredictable male is the ultimate crowd puller. The unpredictable man being surprising can generate interest, because predictability can result in boredom. When it comes to attractiveness, most guys approach women in a very direct manner and consistent way, showing their objectives through their sleeves. This openness can frequently cause women to get disinterested, since they are able to assess situations rapidly. Particularly gorgeous women are accustomed to typical men approaching them in predictable ways, but when a man is, for instance, it is characterized by its unpredictable nature, deviation from the norm, and ability to capture attention. Imagine speaking to a stunning woman and saying something surprising in place of the customary compliments. "I believe I love you, but I'm uncertain about our compatibility." This unexpected revelation throws her off balance and makes her feel agitated. She might be interested, but wait, he's implying that I can't handle him. What does that imply? That you stand out from other men, and she feels unfulfilled. Her attraction intensifies, prompting her to immediately engage her emotions in pursuit of knowledge. Being erratic is undoubtedly a game you play. Let's finally discuss Share 5, a high-value individual. The man of high value. He is a valuable man, just as vintage goods can command incredible prices even when they are no longer in use. Valuable men don't have to be conventionally flawless to be really handsome. These antiques are prized for their perceived value rather than their practicality. Much like a man, he is truly attractive. But what if a woman perceives him as valuable? In other words, what does it mean to be a high-value man? A woman views a man as high value when she views him as more significant than she does. As long as you maintain this advantage, consider yourself a high-value man, and here are some important tips to help you develop this impression. How to develop this viewpoint. Remember that a high-value man doesn't aim to win women over merely for the purpose of doing so. He doesn't look to women for attention or praise, and he puts a woman on a pedestal simply because she is beautiful, but he prioritizes his life and never accepts anything less than the best. If his values are violated, he is prepared to go against his desires. He makes women work for his attention rather than readily giving it away, as he has other options and isn't in a rush to get married. He welcomes a lady into his most intimate world rather than adjusting to hers. Crucially, a high-value man never pursues women by exhibiting these characteristics. Your inherent value will draw women to you. Later in this series, we will delve deeper into all of this, but for now, only the fundamentals. If you would like me to carry on with this series, please let me know in If you haven't seen the first video yet, leave a comment and let me know what problems you're having so I can fix them. Please check it out and remember to like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate your support. Are you having trouble attracting girls? There is a lot of science behind it. Don't worry. I'm here to support you using the power of psychology and science to change you into Regina George's male counterpart in Lesson 1 on the Scarcity Principle. The Principle of Scarcity. In his well-known book, psychologist Dr. Robert Tellini clarified that opportunities marketing frequently uses this concept to explain why limited billionaires appear more valuable. One may choose to drive a slow, unique car instead of a mass-produced, incredibly quick one. Additionally, why does nice guys finish last ring true? It's true that lovely guys make themselves, not that girls don't like them. Too accessible, but jerks don't seem to care about this restricted availability. Enhances the jerk's perceived value, but the secret they keep from you is that you don't need to be a jerk to produce. In actuality, a kind person who understands how to make himself scarce is much more. This sounds appealing, but how do you manage it? Imagine yourself attending a party and spotting someone. It may feel hopeless when the female you admire is surrounded by guys fighting for her attention. However, this is your chance to shine, so please come over and introduce yourself. Walk by, then proceed to speak with a friend. Bonus points if that friend is. In contrast to the boys, you're essentially placing a restricted edition sign on yourself by doing this. Another girl. Holding on to her has presented you with a special opportunity that you must seize before it passes. The theory of gain-loss. The gain-loss theory builds on the second lesson. The gain-loss theory of attraction provides more understanding of the concept of scarcity. In a brilliant study, researchers asked college students why decent guys might seem to finish last. Arranged in one-on-one sessions and following each session, the students inadvertently heard the experimenters' assessments of them, which were either entirely favorable or everything was initially unfavorable but eventually became positive. However, their attitude turned negative when asked about their level of liking for the experimenter. Unsurprisingly, students preferred the experimenter most when all of the feedback was positive, but they also enjoyed the experiments even more when the first comments were unfavorable, but eventually became favorable, demonstrating that, after a difficult beginning, winning someone over is much more fulfilling than just being liked right away. But you must be careful when employing this tactic with a girl and attempting to gently suggest that it's difficult for her to make a negative impression without coming across as a jerk. When you make a decision, it's important to carefully consider your tone and body language. If it's not immediately apparent that she has won you over, make sure to express it plainly. Once you've warmed up to her, she might assume you're not interested, which could potentially backfire and push her away. Closeness. In Lesson 1, we talked about the 3 proximity lessons. It's crucial to understand the significance of paying little attention. Since proximity is not a factor in scarcity, according to an MIT study on relationship building, in order to build strong relationships, proximity was crucial. The closer someone a dorm resident was more likely to describe someone as a close buddy. For example, there was a 41% likelihood that people who lived just one dorm away would be close. Friends, there was only a 10% chance that you would get the takeout you needed while those 4 dorms were away. Proximity to the girl you like, but not just proximity. When it comes to location and frequency, you have a better chance of finding someone you spend 10 minutes each day instead of an hour once a week with someone. If you don't have proximity, you'll need to carefully consider creating it. Altering your plan to get to class so you can pass her, joining a club she belongs to, or discovering there are other methods to constantly cross paths, but be tactful. There's a thin line. Avoid crossing the boundary between being intimate and appearing spooky. Suppose you've built a strong rapport and demonstrated that she's interested in you. How do you? She continues to hold a positive opinion of you. Ben Franklin, Lesson 4. The effect of Ben Franklin effect. By asking individuals, Benjamin Franklin was able to get their approval for favors. Although you may believe that requesting favors will make people angry, however, a 1971 study conducted at the University of North Carolina revealed that people tend to like others more when they show them kindness. Study participants were instructed to either support or critique pupils who were. We questioned the volunteers about their likability and appeal as they performed chores. The findings showed that students who received encouragement were considered more beautiful than those who did not. Whoever received criticism should give the girl you like a chance. Be kind to you, start with small favors, and ask for your time or something simple. By doing this, you're subtly encouraging her to feel more positive about herself. For instance, you could drop your keep your pencil close by and allow her to pick it up for you, or ask her for assistance with a basic task you're working on. These kinds of gestures can genuinely increase your attractiveness because they provide subtle chances for. In 1997, researchers Moran and colleagues examined the appearance factor in connection with Lesson 5. The aspect of appearance bloom conducted research that yielded an intriguing result. They surveyed 117 people displayed to them by college students who asked them to evaluate each one's attractiveness. Interestingly, the survey discovered that the most appealing traits were linked to factors other than heredity, including you can control things like proper posture, noticeable grooming, and appropriate clothing. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle, dressing with optimism, and waiting are crucial. I reiterate, inheriting the most desirable characteristics is not the only option. Exercise regularly while standing tall and supporting your shoulders. Maintaining cleanliness, dressing appropriately, and smiling are important. Even if you're doing everything else correctly, you can greatly improve your appeal. She won't be interested if you don't take care of your appearance and present yourself in a bad way. The last lesson was about chemistry and luck. Do you believe in attraction? It often comes down to a genetic factor that is beyond your control. Compatibility, which leads us to the field of neurobiology, where two important elements are a part in establishing enduring appeal and has the ability to surpass nearly. The first element is your sense of smell, which your nose picks up on. Genetic information is carried by pheromones, which can cause behavioral or physiological reactions if additionally women's nostrils detect MHC molecules, which are a study of. The immune system's functioning indicates that women are frequently more drawn to males with different MHC molecules than they do because of this hereditary. Unfortunately, diversity benefits possible offspring. Because men are less adept at detecting MHC, you may experience a strong bond, but if your MHC molecules and hers are too similar, she may not have the same sentiments. The second, and possibly most important factor, is this first kiss involves a complicated interchange of chemical and physical cues. Your tongue taste and breath smell are also important. That many women say they no longer find a first kiss attractive, but if the successful kiss releases norepinephrine, which triggers the fight or flight response, your pulse beats faster, your pupils widen, and your energy levels spike during the flight response. If everything works out, you've established a meaningful connection. Learn the tricks of reflecting. We will now discuss 11 female body language signals. Science-backed body language indicators often indicate a woman's growing interest in you. Signal 1. Copying your moves is the most obvious indication that she is not interested in you, so don't waste your time. Imagine yourself at a cafe, sitting opposite from her, and lightly run your hand over her. She runs her fingers through your hair, and a few seconds later, she follows suit. This subtle mirroring is among the most obvious indications of interest in mirroring, is when someone mimics your body language without realizing it, showing comfort, making an effort to establish rapport, which is why this is important since, from a psychological perspective, it's nearly always an involuntary action. When she copies your behavior, it stems from our innate desire for reciprocity and connection. She subconsciously expresses her comfort level and interest through her body language. This behavior strengthens the bond by appealing to a basic human need. Identifies shared experiences, laying the groundwork for a deeper connection. Essence mirroring is a strong sign of trust and goes beyond simple imitation. When a woman plays with her, it's another telltale indicator of attention and empathy. This seemingly inconspicuous gesture can reveal a great deal about her emotions. Twirls or strokes her hair, which frequently results from a combination of this behavior stems from her psychological need to enhance her beauty. She can gain self-awareness in the company of someone she finds fascinating. Imagine exchanging a good conversation or a laugh. She begins to play with a strand of her hair during a discussion. This is more than simply a harmless habit. It's a subconscious one. She is attempting to capture your attention by highlighting her femininity from a psychological perspective, while also teasing. One may perceive hair as a means of self-grooming, a natural inclination to add more. Appealing to someone they're considering. It's subtle but strong indication that she is interested in the conversation and wishes to make a good impression. When a woman expresses interest in someone, she plays with her hair, sending out impression signal number 10. Having fun with hair. She could potentially become more self-conscious about her appearance by focusing on her hair. Subliminal strategy to increase her attractiveness, such as when you compliment her and she begins to flee away. Putting fingers through her hair is more than just a light-hearted gesture. She acknowledges your words non-verbally, gently enhancing her beauty. She is urging you to observe and value her signal with a focused and clear gaze. Making clear and intentional eye contact is a strong indication of a woman's intentions. When she looks at you with clarity and intention, it shows more attention. This kind of eye contact conveys confidence, intensity, and a more serious attitude than a casual glance. If her eyes are constantly meeting yours, it's a sign of a sincere want to connect. This is a deliberate effort in a busy environment or during a group discussion. Signal 8 is open to connect with you and make you the center of her attention. A position of openness. Another subtle but revealing clue that a lady exhibits is an open stance. An open posture toward you indicates a readiness to establish a connection. She is actively inviting and not just present, as evidenced by her body language. If she places herself in your direct line of sight and remains there, you can have a conversation. She often adopts an open posture, indicating her curiosity and eagerness to hear your decision. When a lady purposefully moves into your personal space, it's a move signal. Entering your personal space is a clear sign of interest. Every individual possesses an invisible line that defines their comfort zone. She's displaying ease in this area and a desire for a closer relationship. This gesture demonstrates a relationship that goes beyond mere conversation. She is prepared to close the distance between you, showing sincere attention and a readiness to participate more fully. Picture yourself at a party, and she begins. The important thing to see is her approaching you from the other side of the room. If she stops and positions herself within 4 T's of you, it indicates that she has entered your space. This motion isn't arbitrary. It shows that she's considering approaching in her personal space. You probably intended to have a chat, but now think about the distance. At this distance, she is approaching what is known as the intimate zone. Being near her is a clear indication that you've piqued her interest. This area becomes more private, indicating a change to a more private setting. A strong non-verbal indicator of attraction is when a connection intrudes on personal space. 6 nostrils expanded, indicating comfort. Extend your nostrils. Though common and informative, nostalgia widening may not be the first indicator. A seemingly flirtatious gesture can actually convey a sense of ease and comfort. In contrast to more intentional body language cues, openness is frequently a spontaneous, natural reaction. If you see her nostrils opening up when she is around you, it shows that she is comfortable and calm, which indicates a level of feel at ease in your company, signal number 5, and concentrate on her. Lips. Another clear indicator is when a woman draws attention to her lips. If she emphasizes her lips, either by lightly stroking them or by chatting for a long time, by putting on lipstick, it's an indication that she wants you to pay attention to her. Her lips are a flirty tactic that goes beyond mere non-verbal communication. If you see her, she is expressing curiosity and drawing your attention by emphasizing this intriguing part of her body. Maintaining eye contact with her during your conversation demonstrates her desire for a more intimate relationship. Perhaps they are sending a 4-footed signal of love or physical attraction. Foot direction. Although signal number 4 may appear odd, it provides a very clear indication of the direction. Even when a woman is standing near you, smiling and gazing at your feet, when her feet are in a fully engaged position, her actual level of, while body language and facial gestures might occasionally be deceptive, interest frequently gives a clearer. If her feet are pointing straight at you, it's a sign of unconscious intent. Clear indication that she is truly engaged and interested, but if her feet are turned away, even when she is actively engaged in the discussion, which could suggest that her thoughts are. Signal number 3 involves a sideways gaze and dilated pupils in other areas. This involves dilated pupils and a quick glance, which many individuals tend to overlook. Cues, but they are also strong markers of attraction. Induced pupil dilation, which leads to, if her pupils dilate, this response from the autonomic nervous system may indicate arousal or emotional interest. When you're interacting, it's clear that she's interested in you. Another subtle yet significant gesture is a sideways glance. If she gives you a sidelong glance, is a discreet method of recognizing or assessing contact. This quick look indicates that she's giving you extra attention, which frequently indicates flirting, or the second interest signal reveals the neck structure. Neck exposure. The gesture of a lady exposing her neck is one obvious indication of attraction. The neck, being a delicate and exposed place, demonstrates vulnerability and trust. She exhibits comfort and openness by cocking her head or putting her hair back to reveal her neck. This behavior is similar to the instincts of animals in the animal realm. The fact that she feels safe and confident around you indicates her interest in you. Making deliberate physical touch. The most revealing indication is a deliberate physical touch. Intentional physical contact, such as brushing her hand against yours, is a sign of developing interest. She may place her leg on yours or even embrace your arm if she is experiencing cold. Intentional breaks in physical touch show that she is at ease and emotionally open with you. It dissolves barriers and signifies a deeper level of attraction and connection. She leans in to give you a loving embrace, or she puts her hand on yours and brushes against you. Each of these gestures on your shoulder conveys a significant message and is not merely informal. Acts that demonstrate a degree of closeness that surpasses simple friendship and demonstrate her feelings. When she felt comfortable sharing her physical space with you, she showed signs of disinterest, a sign of indifference. Conversely, one obvious indication that she is uninterested is when her crossing her arms in front of you is a powerful non-verbal cue. People may interpret crossed arms as a sign of discomfort or disinterest. In certain situations, what you're saying could indicate that she feels compelled to